Assalamualaikum guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you've not switched off as soon as you've seen this face. I have just been doing a bit of a pampering session. I'm still on holiday. My kids have gone to the pool where they like to spend most of the time. So I thought, why not? Why not have some me time? So I was doing a bit of colouring, and I was, just I was doing a bit of colouring and prodding around the house, the chalet even. So I was doing a bit of colouring, had an ice cream, and I just thought, what can I do? And I thought, well, I bought the stuff, well, why not? So I thought I'll pamper myself, why not? And, have a bit of a chit chat. I kind of just cleansed my face with the Witch Natural Clear, and it's got witch hazel extracts in it. I did a bit of a coconut lip scrub and then topped it off with my coconut face mask, which I bought from Poundland, and it actually has got bits of coconut in it. It's really nice. It's beautifully scrumptious coconut face mask, be cocolicious, and it's vegan friendly, and it's got like little bits of coconut. It's really nice. It's really nice. And once I'm done with the face mask, I'm just gonna cleanse again and top it up with some of my Amratha oil. It's just a hydrating facial oil which I bought from TK Maxx a little while ago, and I absolutely love it. Love. But anyway, I just wanted a bit of a catch up with you guys and see how you're doing and let you know how I'm doing. Since yesterday, I think maybe towards last night, I started feeling a bit crappy, to say the least. I don't know, all of a sudden I just started feeling a bit homesick. I don't know, maybe that's what's brought it on, I don't know. But I just wanted to just be left alone, just want some quiet time, and so, but I'm okay. And you think, being away, I had an absolutely fantastic day yesterday, so it just goes to show, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life or how good everything is, or these bouts of sadness and depression just kind of hit you when you least expect it. But anyway, what I did want to talk to you about, because I was sitting there reflecting on my childhood, and I thought, well, why not? Why not share a few memories with you? Well, I was born and brought up in an area called Winson Green, and which I think to a lot of you who know Winson Green will probably seem a little bit like the Bronx in America. It's a bit rough, to say the least. It never used to be. It was actually quite a lovely little area. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody was, friendly with everybody. I wouldn't say quiet because there were a lot of children in the area, but it was really, really nice. We had so many friends in the area. There were so many local schools in the area, and it was just a really pleasant neighborhood. Now, I'm not going to, my kids would call me ancient, but back in the day, there was some really, I think I've just wiped some of my face mask off while talking to you with my scarf. But back in the day, obviously technology and things like that didn't exist, but we didn't know any better, and the streets is where we spent most of our time, especially come summer, after school, weekends. That's where we would be on the streets all day, every day, until we would get that call coming up to about 9 o'clock. One of our neighbours would always come out and say, kids, it's getting dark, everybody go home, and we would just go home. And it was just fantastic. We would go into each other's homes and help us out to food, and all the parents knew all the kids, so it was just so nice. And when I was about I think I was younger than that. I'm going to say when I was about 13, 14, I was in secondary school, so it was probably my first or second year in secondary school. My father decided we were going to move to Pakistan. So we packed up, not all of our belongings, but that was the intention at the time. So we all went to Pakistan, and we kind of took tests at local schools. We were kind of really planning and hoping to settle down there. It was all a bit of an adventure for us, so we didn't really care. We were with each other, we were with family, and where we lived in Pakistan, it was lovely, again, because we visited so often. We knew everybody even in the building that we lived in, so we were really excited about it. Well, we took these tests and everything, and I think after a while my dad kind of started feeling, these are just my thoughts and what I feel maybe was the logical reason for why we came back, was that he was so used to working 6 days a week, 7 days a week, or whatever he did at the time, that for him not to be doing anything and being completely idle kind of really started to take its toll. And soon enough, I think maybe within 2 months or something, it was like, okay, let's just go back. It's not working. We even took tests for schools and things. We were so ready to do this. Anyway, so we decided to come back, and my dad would never allow us to eat anything from the streets in Pakistan, never. And he doesn't know this, but we would actually take money from his pocket and run down into the street and get ourselves little snacks and ice pops and things like that. And he was really always scared, because like certain things like the ice pops, he didn't know whether it was clean water and things like that. But as a kid, these things are just so exciting, and we would do that. We would just take money and go down and get some fries, get some, snacks and things. And however, the day before we travelled, one thing I hadn't really had from the streets in Pakistan was any of their meat or anything like that, because that was even as a child, that's quite scary. You just don't, I think my dad had just really put us off trying anything, but I just didn't ever try it. But anyway, my brother, who was somewhat older than us, bought up a burger from off the street, and the day before we were travelling, I took a bite. Oh, sorry, the tap's just, I'm all alone, it's a bit scary. It's not really, it's fine, but little sounds and stuff, and you're in a chalet, it's all really hollow, and you just the littlest sound. But anyway, so I took a bite of this burger, thinking everything was fine, but lo and behold, I got food poisoning all the way home back to the UK. I was so ill. We had to stop over in Dubai. I was taken to hospital there, and then we came back to the UK, and we went home, and my dad found me, like, I had collapsed. I think maybe tried to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, and he found me just outside the toilet door. So I was taken back into hospital, and after a few tests they found out I had typhoid, which is a form of food poisoning, but it's quite rare. I don't think they ever kind of had children with food poisoning. I don't think they ever came across many cases with people with typhoid. But anyway, I was put in an isolated little cubicle in the hospital, where I spent a lot of time. I think I was probably there for about 3 months. I was so poorly. I'd lost all my hair. My hair was like down my back. It was like just above my bum, and it was lovely and thick, and it all fell out. My hair would cut. I would wake up in the morning and it was in chunks. The whole time I was in hospital, bless her, my grandma stayed with me. She would have this fold out bed, and she would sleep right next to me my whole time I was in hospital, bless her. And when I did feel better and I came home, my grandma felt ill, and she was admitted into hospital. Thankfully she was better, and she came home a little while later. But that was something I'll never ever forget, because I just didn't want to be left alone, and my grandma made that sacrifice, and she stayed with me the whole time. She held my hand all the way through it, all the prodding, all the blood tests, all everything. She was there. But anyway, so moving on, I went to school, moved on to college, and it was such an adventure. College was such an adventure. I was in college for 3 years. 3 years? Yes, 3 years. I was in college in 3 years. I didn't do fantastic at GCSEs, and the course I wanted to get onto at university, I had to do an extra year at college to get the grades that I needed, and then to go on to uni, and the whole time all I wanted to do was join the police force. That's all I wanted to do. But my dad refused. He was like, right, I'd rather you do something, get a degree, and maybe then join the police force. But what if you join the police force, you don't want to, you don't enjoy it? What if you happen to join the police force and you don't enjoy it? At least then you'll have a degree to fall back on. So it made sense. It made sense. So that's what I did. But yes, college was an adventure. If anyone knows me from when I was at college, will know it was some of the best years of my life. My life. I started off as the shy, timid little girl in the corner, and by the time I left that college, I think nearly everybody knew my name. I was the loudest little girl you'd ever come across. I was larger than life. During this period, I also joined a drama club, which was a youth club, which then led on to a drama club called Youth for Diversity and New Asian Youth Arts. And we did a lot of issue-based plays, but around subjects that were taboo to the Asian community. So teenage pregnancies, sexual health, things like that, drugs, things that we didn't want to address, but we had to, but we just kind of, people would just turn a blind eye and pretend it didn't exist, it didn't happen, but it did. So we did plays based around that. That took me to a lot of different countries. I took a drugs project over to Barcelona, which was for, I believe it was for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. We also did a aid project in the south of India. So we were in the villages. We visited local schools, built cockpits and toilets in some of the villages. We broke bread in some of the villages, and these people had nothing, not a penny to their name, and they were making these lavish meals for us. Bless them. It was just overwhelming. It was just an experience that I will always remember. Which is part of Kerala, Madras, Madurai, Pondicherry. It was just, and Pondicherry was part of the French colony, so it'd be really strange walking around with these little Indians. It would be really strange walking around, and you'd see these Indians in this traditional attire speaking French. It was weird, but it was again an amazing experience. A little while later, I went on to uni and graduated in criminal justice, and then moved to Dubai. That's part of my life I don't particularly want to share too much about, unfortunately. Yes, I was there for 5 years. A lot happened in those 5 years, but I soon realised I just wanted to be home. I just wanted to be back with my family, and just wanted to, I don't know, I think those were very sad times. That's probably why I don't want to kind of relive or go over them, but they were very sad times. There was a few things that happened in that time that maybe I carry, and that's what resulted in my depression, my bipolar. So maybe another time. But anyway, so then when I did move back, about a year after I moved back, I met Zahid, and we soon married. To be honest, I'm not going to lie to you. We met, I was 28 at that time. So we met, and I'm sure he's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think within 3 months we were married. Yes, call me crazy. What? I'm sure a lot of you are sitting there thinking, woman? But yeah, within 3 months we were married. We had Anika, and we started our life together. And that wasn't an easy journey either. I think initially a lot of it, the honeymoon period wasn't so much the honeymoon period for us. It was such a struggle. It was such an uphill struggle. It's unbelievable. I put this man through everything. He probably went to hell and back with everything he was experiencing that I was putting him through. It was just a nightmare. But you know what? The man didn't move. He didn't budge. He's still here 12 years later, and I wonder why sometimes. Alhamdulillah, it was a struggle, and anyone who lives with someone with mental health, hats off to you, because I know from what I see with the Zahid, it's not easy. It's not an easy, it just becomes part of your life, and that bit of struggle is a part of your daily life. And I know some days he doesn't cope with it very well, and he needs to shut off, and he needs his time, and that's okay. And then some days, and most days, he'll kind of sail through it, because he knows what to expect. He knows this is what's going to happen next. This is what I need to put in place. But then sometimes it takes over. It takes over both our lives in the hardest and the most challenging ways I could ever express. Living with someone who's not communicating with you, who's constantly crying, who's constantly yelling, who's constantly, just, I'm not demanding at that point, but I just don't. To be honest, I don't know what I want at that point. So for somebody to live with someone like that, it must be difficult, because I just really can't imagine it. I really can't imagine being on the other side of what I'm experiencing. How the person who is totally in love with you and wants, is your husband, is the father of your children, he doesn't want to go anywhere. He doesn't want to leave you in this situation. He doesn't want to see you in pain and can't do anything about it. But just to be there and let me know he's there. And that's enough sometimes, just to know he's there. And then sometimes I think it's best we give each other that little bit of space. And that's how it works. And it's worked really well. Alhamdulillah, she says. Alhamdulillah, not as strong-willed or as strong-minded as I used to be. I'm not as outspoken as I used to be. I'm not, adventurous as I used to be. Everything is just kind of, what if? What if I do this? Or what if I go there? And what if this person sees me? Or what if every little thing I do, I question. And that's not living a full, happy, free life. And that's what I wanted to do. That was something that I always wanted to do. And that's what I always felt I was going to be, a free spirit. And when you kind of wake up and have that realization that you're actually not a free spirit, you're actually trapped in this body that is absolutely scared of everything and everyone. It's not nice. It's not nice. One thing, I had lots of friends. At one point, I'd like to say I kind of probably knew everyone and anyone in Birmingham. There was links somewhere. Not calling myself a bad girl or anything. It was just the way I was, going out, meeting people, the kind of things I used to do, the charity work I used to do, part of the youth group, part of the drama group, part of everything. I wanted to be a part of everything. I just wanted to live my life to the max, traveling, everything. And I did it. Thankfully my parents gave me that space, and I did it. I traveled. I went on holiday at least maybe twice a year, even when I was free and single, college, uni. I was, doing it all. And then to get to a point where leaving the house even some days feels like a challenge. It's not nice. One of my biggest fears, and this is just so stupid, one of my biggest fears is when someone tells me they're coming to visit. Yeah, that's what I fear. When someone's telling me they're going to come to my house, my panic, my anxiety, it hits the roof. I am like, why do you want to come and visit me? It's really, really difficult for me to do. It's like I feel people need to give me weeks notice, maybe to build it up, get myself prepared mentally, maybe ready, for the visit, but yeah, I get so scared when someone tells me they're coming to visit. When the doorbell goes, and you know, and I don't know who it is, I'm not expecting anyone. When the doorbell goes, that's it, my anxiety, phew, cold sweats, you know, heart racing, the whole 9 miles. You know, I'm just, and I want to get out of that. I want to get out of that rut. I want to get out of that horrible hole that I've dug for myself. And many aren't going to understand that. Many are probably going to turn around and say, and believe me, I do believe a visitor is a blessing, you know, but it's just something that I'm living with, something that I'm experiencing, and I just cannot brush it off. That's one of my, excuse me, there's people walking by. Okay. That's just one of the, you know, things, one of the issues that I have to deal with. But shopping. Right, I'm just going to go and wash this off. Back in 2. All done. All nice and fresh. All nice and fresh. But yeah. Try some more lip scrub because it's so good. It really is good. It was £3 from Primark and I absolutely love it. It's so good. I end up eating it. Yeah. Oh God, it's lovely. Probably not good for me, but yeah. So that's that. When I'm on a good streak, when I'm feeling great, and you know the world doesn't seem like my worst enemy, everything I just see everything in such a different light. You know, things that, you know, everything's just so beautiful. And on other days, sorry, this is just the vitamin C. The Body Shop Vitamin C Instant Glow Enhancer. I actually don't know why I'm putting this on, but hey, we're going to go all out today. Why not? But yeah, and then when I'm not on a good streak and I still have to venture out and still have to go to my parents' house or a place like that, or just generally meet up with in-laws and stuff, I feel like I put on this mask and it protects me from, and you know, it's the face, it's the person, the Lubna that everyone wants to see. So I do it, you know, I do it because I don't want my family or friends or acquaintances to see the real me or how I'm feeling, because it's not fair on them. That's how I feel. And the minute I arrive back home, I can whip off this mask, and because I'm in my comfort zone again, I'm in my, you know, my space that I feel protected, and I can be me again. But that's just me. That's just how I deal with it. I could completely stop going out and cut myself off from the world totally, even though people would probably think I have already, because I don't really have much of a social life. I don't really go out very much. But what I do have is my family, and for me, and for I think many, that would be probably more than enough. I'm just going to put some of this oil on my skin because I just feel this is just the best thing ever. It is so nice. I can't tell you, this does wonders for my skin. But that's how things are for me, and I've got that much oil on my face you could fry an egg. But yeah, I just feel, I actually don't know where the story started or where it's going or how it's going to end, but I just wanted to chat. I just want a bit of of our time, and a bit of a story time, a bit of a time for you to get to know me a bit better. And to let you know that what you see on YouTube, majority of the time is me because I'm in my comfort zone, I'm in my happy place, and doing YouTube is something that I really, really enjoy. People out there who are suffering with different sorts of depression or just anxiety or anything like that, and who have reached out to me. And we've spoken, and I'm so glad and so happy that even though, I'm not able to change the way they feel, just to give them some guidance, or, just for them to be able to talk to me, and then be able to open up about it, and then speak to professional or someone, to get the correct diagnosis, or to go onto the correct medication or the correct support, is in itself really rewarding. And that's all I wanted to say. And my skin feels amazing. I bought this, I'm telling you, if you come across it in TK Maxx, believe me, pick it up. Oh well. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you. Enjoy this whole facial routine chat thing that we had going on. But yeah, so the bottom line, I'm in my happy place doing YouTube, and I hope that it comes across in my videos. I hope that there's a lot more good stuff that I can offer you, and I'm working on it. I'm truly working on it. I'm trying to get my techniques, my ability to be able to get out a bit more and film a bit more and not feel so uncomfortable. I'm trying to work on all of these things, and I hope it's showing. And if you've enjoyed this video, guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please share, subscribe, and all those lovely things. And I'm going to see you soon.